Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're going to be starting a new build. It is the Carl Goldberg's Super Chipmunk, and boy am I excited to build this airplane, so stay tuned guys and we'll get started on it. All right, guys, welcome back from the intro, and I've already gotten working on this because I'm just so excited to build this airplane that I just couldn't wait to get the camera set up and everything. So we're going to be building the Carl Goldberg Super Chipmunk. I got a really great deal on this from a local guy here in my club during a swap meet, and this kit has been going for outrageous amounts online, and I'm so glad I was able to pick one up for a great price. Now, my son's also building a plane on the other side of this table here. He's building a Cosmo 25, and what we're going to be doing with his build is taking pictures at every step along the way. After he completes a step, take a picture, and then we're going to go ahead and put that into a time lapse. We're not going to do a how-to on his, but he's super excited and getting started on that one as well. So stay tuned for that video. That will be done later once all the pictures are done and the aircraft is completed. We did make some modifications to his aircraft, but we'll see how that goes along the way. But back onto the Super Chipmunk. So this is going to be a really nice, fun airplane build, and it's going to. I can't wait to get in the air and fly it with my dad. He's got the SIG quick build kit that I built for him. If you guys have been following my videos, you may have seen that one already. But I'm going to be doing mine a little bit different. I'm going to do Art Scholl's color scheme on this because it's his airplane. We're going to make it look like his. I'm going to do some modifications. Some of them are modifications that are suggested in the book, and some are going to be modifications that I want to do because I want mine to be a little different. So on the retracts, I'm going to get some servoless retracts for it, and we're going to have them fold back scale just like on his. We're also looking at adding the flaps and ailerons on the wing, of course. But we're going to be doing servos mounted in the wing with the control arms hanging out through a cover. That way the bottom will stay nice and slick, and it'll look really nice. So, like I said, I already got started a little bit on this airplane. We got the vertical fin is already framed up, and using the correction sheet that they give you. And basically, there was a change in or a mistake that was on the plans. It says to use 5/16 for your framing of your vertical stab. But that is incorrect. You're supposed to use 3/16 by 1/2 inch by 24 per the correction. So I went ahead and fixed that and used that. And the reason for that is the stab is actually sheeted. Okay, the rudder is not. So the rudder is just going to get covered. So the rudder has the 5/16 frame up, and then laminated parts that are die cut that will need to be glued in and sanded on there. So, so far, this is all we've gotten done today. It may be the only thing getting done on it today, but I just wanted to get you guys into the build here and show you what we're working on, because I can't stop. I have to keep building. I love building, and I can't wait to get out to the flying field again. But with everything going on, this is what we have, so this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be building a lot, but it's okay. I'm going to take my time also. We're using wood glue, not super glue. I'm going to use very little super glue on this, similar to when I was building the Giles. I used a lot of that wood glue, and what I use is the Tight Bond. It works really nice, and so we're going to go ahead and use that for most of it, and it should all come out really nice. So we got this started. We got the stab started, and I did a little bit of cutting. I'm going to finish cutting out the final parts that I can cut out of that the 5/16 for the rudder next. So we're going to go ahead and take that next piece here. 5/16. I should have one more piece around here that I've already started. So I'm going to have to. I did make a mistake because I did not see the change that they said to do in the beginning. So now this piece is too short either way. So we're going to go ahead and splice these two together because I don't want to have to take it from the elevators. So we're going to splice these together, and they're already on an angle, so it gives me a lot of surface area. And we're going to use the wood glue for that as well. Get a paper towel here to clean my brush. I've been using a brush with a little container and then cleaning the brush in between uses. Keeps that nice and clean. We're going to pin this together to make sure it stays nice and straight and flat on this table. So we'll get a little bit of wood glue. We'll put it in the little cup here. Got my brush. We're going to go ahead and just brush that on there. And it's cut on an angle because it gives it more surface area. Get a little bit on this one as well. More glue in surface area will make a stronger bond. We piece them together. And then we're going to lay them down flat. And pin it to the board here. This will hold it nice and straight and snug there. Just like so. We're going to take the ruler really quick because we want to make sure. And around here somewhere. Oh, I think I dropped it. Hang on. There we go. We're just going to make sure that these are straight here. And it's not, so we're going to go ahead and pull these two pins. We're going to push them to flat and straight. And then pin it again. Now we know that those two are straight. There's no bow in it. There we go. We'll add a little more glue in between here. Now we'll let that dry. Okay, so once that's dry, now we'll have one piece of the 5/16 again. Make sure that stays nice and flat. I'm going to use a little bit here just to push up against that, give it a fence. And maybe actually use a little bit of a clamp there. We'll clamp those two halves together as well. Like that. There we go. That'll create a nice strong bond for that piece, and we'll be able to set that aside. So, yeah, so that's all we're pretty much going to be getting done today. I'm not really going to be getting too far into this today. It is Sunday. I did a lot of work out here with the Cap 232 yesterday, so we want to take a little bit of a break, but I wanted to get started. This is what motivates me, is by getting started early, and then we can move on. So that's all we're going to get done. So I'll catch you on the next day when we start working again on the Super Chipmunk. So keep watching, and make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you the next day. All right, guys, welcome back to Joe's RC Corner and on the Super Chipmunk build. This is the next couple days later after the start on the beginning portion of this video. But we finished getting the rudder assembly completed. Right now we have the elevator assemblies on the building block right now. We already finished the, or at least framing up the inside portion of the horizontal stabilizer. Still needs to be sheeted. The vertical stab is currently just finished drying. Let me go ahead and pull that over here. So we have the vertical stab here with the sheeting on it, and we're going to have to do some final trimming here. So we'll go ahead and grab the razor knife and get that done really quick so we can see how this all looks. All right, so here's the vertical and the rudder. Got some sanding to do, of course, but the main structures are ready to go. So we'll continue working on here. When we start getting to, right now everything is going by the book. I'm not doing anything off the book yet. The only thing so far that I have done a little bit different is the rudder, or sorry, the elevator assemblies are basically one elevator right now with the gap in the middle. Because I'm going to decide whether I'm going to, you know, what I need to get the correct size wooden dowel to go between here and get that epoxied in place. But I wanted to have the wood here first because I want to join these not with the wire. I'm not a fan of using the wire on the elevator, so we're going to take a look at that. But basically, similar to this. This is my son's Cosmo 25 that we're working on, and as you see, there's a wooden dowel that's joining the two elevator halves together, which gives the space for the rudder in between. But that's a wooden dowel, not the wire. Wire going into the balsa wood, I'm not a big fan of doing that, so that's why we did it that way. Creates a nice strong elevator, makes it all one piece, but still allows for the rudder movement in between. So that's what we got to today. Not a whole lot moving. It's going to be moving slow. We're using wood glue, the Type Bond, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. We're using Type Bond for all of this, which means you pin it, you let it go, and you let it set off. And then once it's dry, then you can come back and pull it off, do whatever sanding you need, and make sure it fits everything. So once this is dry here, later on, maybe tomorrow or another day, we're going to go back and grab the elevator, or I'm sorry, the horizontal stabilizer, and then we're going to sheet that similar to the way we sheeted this, get it all sanded nicely, and we'll be good to go. And again, this was all sheeted with the wood glue as well to keep everything nice and tight and nicely glued together. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. And we'll see you on the next video, guys.